As ICREX administrator, I'm here to walk you through some of the basic features of ICREX. Feel free to email any questions to icrex@myicbr.org. First, we're going to go to icrex.net to log in. Now, as you will see, this actually redirects you to the ICBR website. To log in, simply click the ICREX login link here. You can also bookmark this page for easier access. Using the username password fields, we'll simply log in to the account we wish to use. Now, I always keep my Keep Me Logged In button checked. That way, when I type in icrex.net, it will actually bypass ICBR altogether and take me directly to my market monitor. So this is the market monitor, which essentially serves as your homepage. This tool provides shortcut buttons to add a listing, post a need or want, send an email, view your listings, your saved searches, your catalogs. It'll also tell you how many property views your listings have received, and also include news and updates and any member alerts we may post from ICBR. The first thing I want to walk you through is to begin adding a listing. Now you can either click Add a Listing shortcut here on the Market Monitor, or you can go to My Account, My Listings. Here you'll see this button, Add a Listing, which will generate here. Now, these are all the required fields that you must input in order for a listing to be put into the system. Once you've chosen a type, it will actually generate some additional fields that you have to complete as well. Okay, once you have those fields completed, you just hit create this listing, and this will bring up an additional listing details page. Now, all of the fields that are in red are required. However, they should already be filled in because you just did that on the previous page. So this gives you the opportunity to kind of add more information to the listing and make it more robust. Now, you will notice that there's a sidebar menu here. You'll become very familiar with this layout in ICREX as it's very common across the platform. You can toggle in between different areas here, add financials, tenant information, photos and documents, contacts, so if you need to add an additional broker or a current owner, you can do all of that here. Going back to the listing details page, we'll generate the save button here. So once everything that you've added in is complete in the way you wish it to be, you can hit save, and this will make the listing go active. Now you will also notice up here that there's a create lease listing button. You'll see this also if you're creating a lease button, or you're creating a lease listing, you'll see a create sale listing button up here instead. So what this allows you to do is to duplicate all of the listing information you input to save you steps if you need to dual list a property. All listings in ICREX have to be updated every 30 days in order to remain active and searchable in the system. You're going to receive a notification in your Market Monitor and by email when you have to do this. The quickest way to update your listings is under Manage Listings. A trick to note is this Update All button at the top here. If you don't have any changes, you can just come in, hit this button once, and it'll take care of it all. Or you can edit individual listings here to the side and mark those updated to meet the requirement. Now, actually in search results, the most recently updated listings are returned first. So going in periodically to click this Update All button can actually help you market your listings. You can also edit the spreadsheet from this screen as well. Which that is taking a minute to load. Here you go. So from here you can just highlight the box you wish to change and go ahead and type that over and hit all the save changes back there as well. Okay, so next let's do a search for active listings. Now Now for this, I want to do a generic search for office space for sale in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So the initial return of 81 items is what I've gotten back from office for sale in Fort Wayne. These are additional search filters that you can use to narrow your search, as well as the fields here. You can also toggle between sale and lease. By clicking lease, it'll pull in all the lease listings. Unclick sale, then you're just doing lease. And you never have to go back through and redefine everything. It's right there for you in one easy screen. You can also search expired listings, comparables, and building and land records without leaving the screen by using these radial buttons here at the top. Selecting property records will generate an additional menu bar above the list. And this allows you to compare side-by-sides, email these out from the system, create reports, add it to your catalog, or export. You can do all of that right there at the top. By clicking on the title of a listing, you're actually going to be taken to the full listing details page. Now, in addition to the listing information here, you're actually given several links that kind of assist you when you're running searches for your clients. So most of these are pretty self-explanatory. However, there are a few I want to touch on right now. View public records. Now what this does is it generates a realist record of the property, which is an additional public record tool that's provided to you as a member benefit. So here it automatically pulled in the one we clicked on. You can double click here and get the information that's provided by the system. Another tool is View Property on RPR. This redirects you to the RPR website, which is Realtors Property Resource. It's an additional data tool available to our realtor members, and it provides psychographic, demographic info, spending data, location analysis tools, and more information about RPR can be found at blog.narrpr.com. Now, this last one here is View Property History. And what this does is it actually takes you to a tool that's within the Catalyst system. And here you will see it gives you actually any known active listings, comps, known spaces, photos, etc., all kind of in one compact screen for the specific property that you've clicked on. And so this tool is accessible in each individual listing record, but you can also actually go to Tools, Address Lookup, and then type in the property, hit Lookup Address, and then it'll give you any information ICREX may have on it. Here, now by going back to the main search page, we can also click and view on the map. This will actually plot the same search results we just used, but in the map view. Some of the tools that are available here are a polygon search, so you can draw a polygon. You can search within a radius. You can measure distance, do a box zoom, and then you also have these additional layers that you can overlay on the map. So you can do demographics, railroads, live traffic, airports, ports. Any of that information can be overlaid onto the map for your convenience. Next, let's take a look at comparables in building and land records. These have nearly identical search processes. Now remember, comparable data in building and land records are only accessible by ICREX subscribers. So first, we're going to go to Search, Sale Lease Comparables, and this will generate a search field here. For the purpose of this, I'm going to run a sale lease comparable search for industrial sale and lease comps in South Bend. Immediately here, we're given 206 results. Now to narrow the results, you're going to use the same search filter section on the left-hand side of the screen that you used to narrow your active listing results. Now you can also access the currently listed, as I mentioned before, the expired, withdrawn, or the building records for this search parameters by clicking these radio buttons here. Now let's go to the ICREX report builder. So this is a great tool to be familiar with when you're running both active searches and comp searches. So you're going to go to Tools, Report Builder, and from here you can choose the type of report you want to search or that you want to build. Now when you're creating a report from your search result, a lot easier way is to actually compile the data directly from the results page. So for this, let's go back here to this Fort Wayne search that we have. I'm going to select the first 3 properties, which are right here. So I've actually already selected those. And then click Create Report. From here, I can actually decide which kind of report I want to generate. Clicking Generate PDF will generate all the standard fields that are included, but you can also hit Customize Report, which gives you a little bit more control and lets you pick and choose the fields and tailor the report to your needs. Now, the single-page report allows for the most customizable options, and the reports are branded with your company logo and profile information as well, so they're client-ready. You can see here you can include a cover page that will give you your logo and your branding. And then hitting the Choose Fields to Include at the very bottom brings up all of these options for what you want to share with your client. Besides reports, you can actually do side-by-side comparisons in this screen as well. So if you go back to where you have your list view and you have your 3 properties selected, just hit compare, and it will do a side-by-side comparison of those properties that you're interested in. You can actually generate a printable PDF of this as well, which kind of enhances some of the reporting features also. Next, let's go over how to create a transaction. So if you go to My Account, My Listings, or I'm sorry, My Account, My Transactions, you can hit the Add a Transaction button. Once you hit a property type, again, it's going to generate additional fields the same way it would do when you were creating a listing. So all of these are required, just as when you were creating a listing as well. So once you have these filled in, you can click Create this transaction at the very bottom of the screen. From there, you're going to follow the steps to finalize a transaction record. It's pretty straightforward, and it'll walk you through step by step. Now, to create a transaction from a listing you currently have in the system, you can go to My Account, My Listings, and click Edit for the property that you wish to mark as sold or leased. So up here is the button that would allow you to do this to close out the transaction. This generates a pop-up screen, and here you can enter the closing date and the total sale or the total lease price. Now there is an option to keep the record confidential. You can click Report Sale to be taken to additional fields, and that will allow you to enter transaction context, such as the listing and selling brokers. Once those have all gone through, be sure to click the Save button so that all your details have been entered. Now finally, let's take a quick look at your profile and your preferences. If you go to My Account, My Profile, there are a lot of quick buttons here that can allow you to navigate your profile and update several areas of your account. For this purpose, we're going to click on the Edit Profile button here. And then there's the sidebar menu I talked about earlier. Using the sidebar menu, you can actually go down here to CIE Preferences. This is where you can define the property types that you have an interest in. You can set up text message alerts by putting in your number and selecting yes to opt in. You can define email frequencies down here. and which pieces you actually wish to receive. You can also send listing reminders to either yourself or your company administrator. And then this is kind of a neat feature. You can also copy company administrator on all of the emails coming from the system. So if you tend to be one of the, someone who kind of ignores mass emails and your admin takes on a lot of your ICREX responsibilities, you can do that for that convenience as well. Now, once you've updated everything on the screen the way you would like to, just make sure to go down here and always hit Save Preferences. Now, outside of these core functions, there are several tools available to you in addition to everything that we covered here. Subscribers have the ability to send an email membership-wide. So you can select everyone that's in the system and compose an email straight here. Commercial market stats and trends are something else that is available. If you go under Tools, you can do the market statistics. It takes a second to generate the data set, so I won't do that here, but it provides a lot of good information, and you can narrow by industry types, states. You can look anywhere that there's a CIE in the country that is run by Catalyst, so you can get some really robust data there. You can actually save those stats and trends as a PDF, or you can email them out directly from the system also. Demographic information is available, which is based off census data, and then you can also get listing widgets. And so what this does is it provides HTML coding that you can place your listings on your website. You can do all of your listings or specific IDs if you only want to feature a couple. And you can also specify how many you'd like to have in a row. And then this is just the code you would give to your web developer, or if you're familiar enough to do it, you would just copy paste it in, and it would display this on your website as kind of demonstrated here. Under Tools, the Documents and Links, under About ICREX, Documents and Links also provides you with everything that we have housed in the system to assist you. So applications, user manual, different tutorials that kind of spell out what we talked about today on adding transactions, new listings, searching comps, building and land records. All of that is here. And then under the Help tab, you're also given some additional resources for ICREX information, and then the Catalyst Help Desk. So the Catalyst Help Desk is there for a lot of the more tech questions that may be kind of system-oriented. They also offer free online training webinars daily. So the topics stay the same. Every Monday is Online Essentials, every Tuesday is Company Admin Basics, but offering it that way really gives you an opportunity to hit all of them when you're first starting out. And so you just can go in here and sign up at any time to attend those. Now please remember that we are here to provide you an affordable marketing listing tool, and we want to see you succeed. So please contact us with any additional questions, suggestions, feedback, testimonials, anything you have about the system. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for signing on.